So today, we're playing the Reaper, and we have a super fun potion bomb run, where we try to stack up as much poison with the Death Scythe, the Serpent Staff, the Venomancer'S subclass, the Snake, and the good old Poison Goblet, before demonic flasks explode, usually one-shotting their opponents. But hey, check it out, and let me know what you think of it. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with the Reaper and see what we can do today. So we're going to be starting off, we're going to be grabbing that broom, we do overfly Garrick. We're definitely going to be buying a pocket sand. I'd like to grab a lump of coal too. Let's also grab the garlic. And should we just settle for a piggy bank? I think we do. And we switch this to this side. And yeah, we call it for this round. Now, not a crazy good round one, but it'll do for now. Although, we are going to begin a berserker with triple weapons, being the broom, the wooden sword, and a forging hammer, and this shiny shell is going to be quite scary because it's going to be a bit of a heal for opponents. And with that battle rage, they can outsurvive us, but smashing. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Not too bad all the same. And of all these options, I'm going to grab our own shiny shell as we roll. I will, however, grab this bit of storage. I do actually want this broom pretty badly. But I'm going to grab the stone and we're going to rock on with this for now. A little less than ideal to be getting the stamina sack if we got an actual leather bag. We could have got our broom, or we could have sold a different item. However, we'll see. We did get 1 in power, increasing the damage of our broom, but our opponent is looking super scary, unfortunately. So we do end up falling short. Not so great. So we're going to be grabbing a broom. We're going to be grabbing this storage. We're going to grab another pocket sense. We're going to actually move this one down below like so. We're also going to grab another lump of coal, and we're going to be using this to increase our damage a little bit. I'm going to save our gold and going to move on with this setup. And this should be much better. We should be able to start off with some blind butter pocket sons. We should be able to stack up quite a bit with these brooms. And for opponent misses, we do get increased DPS on our broom. The problem is, we're going to need some sort of stamina like a big old banana. But so far, not looking too bad actually. Smashing even. But hey, we do have a choice to make, and it's going to be a pretty easy one. We're going to be taking Piggy Pinata. So a chance to explode our piggy banks. Now the thing is, I really want to grab Gooberts. I want to grab a Fly Garrick. I do want to roll once. We definitely need that piggy bank, but we're going to need the storage also. Now the Piggy Pinata gives us crit chance on our weapons, but we do want to be making as much use of that Goobert as possible. Now we could sell our shiny shell, our stone, and our garlic to actually grab a second piggy bank, which is exactly what I'm going to do. If we want to have as much piggy banks as possible. I'm also going to reserve this blueberries, but we're going to move on. Now we should be in a pretty decent setup the way we have it. We should be able to get a good bit of healing from our Goobert. Once you craft up a Poison Goobert, we should be able to stack up a lot of poison. So we should be able to inflict a good bit of blinds and a good bit of poison. Now the problem is our opponent does have guard power, which is just going to be a lot of damage. So unfortunately we do end up falling short again. And holy moly, that's a freaking Death Scythe. Which I mean, we do really want to keep. We're going to be adding in our blueberries for now. We're going to be buying even more pocket sands. Also going to add in our lump of coal. We're going to roll again. And we definitely want to grab this undead phenomena. It's going to be the Amulet of Energy, which is kind of awesome, but not so great for right now. Let's roll again. That's a freaking mana orb on sale for 3. Which is going to be quite nice. So at this point, I'm going to sell that broom. I'm going to sell this lump of coal. We're pretty much going to take it instantly, and we're going to be crafting up that magic staff. But hey, we're going to reserve this fanny pack. We're going to move on. And this should be pretty decent for now. We should be able to inflict an absurd amount of poison with our Death Scythe. And we're going to be looking to craft up a Serpent Staff for sure. But we'll see. Our opponent is still running guard power with the Shepherd's Crook, which is going to be quite crazy. Guard power is really strong, and we've been facing every round guard power, but we still managed to pull ahead, which is fantastic. For sure. Now we're going to be grabbing this fanny pack. We're going to be increasing the speed of our magic staff. We're definitely going to take another freaking piggy bank. We're also going to take that box of riches. We're going to roll once. I'm going to sell a pocket sand so we can actually grab one of these and just basically cleanse the debuff every 3 seconds. And with that, I'm going to move on for now. But hey, we should actually move the piggy bank over so we can actually get some max life. But it is what it is. We do need some sort of mana generation other than the blueberries because it is going to be quite slow. And our opponent is inflicting a lot of cold on us because it is new snow stick. And unfortunately, we do end up falling short. Which is not so great. Now, we did get a demonic flask, which is kind of interesting. We can craft up a strong demonic flask, which I'm kind of tempted to. We also got ourselves a freaking toad too. I'm going to buy this red ruby. Let's roll for now. That's another freaking mana orb, which we do actually want. We could also grab a second Gooberts. We're going to sell this whetstone. We're going to grab this bit of storage. We're also going to grab that mana orb. And we're going to craft up that strong demonic flask. We're going to put a bit of lifesteal. And I'm going to continue to roll for now. Now that's a perfect emerald. It does cost quite a lot, but it would be inflicting a lot more poison. That's for sure. But is it actually going to be worth it? I don't think it is. I think I still actually want that corrupted crystal though. But for now, I'm going to be moving on. We do have our toad in this position. We do have our mana orb to be targeting on our dead side along with our magic staff. So all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. Now our opponent is rocking a Bloodthorn with a vampiric potion and Mrs. Struggles, which is going to be taking our buffs, which is a little less than ideal. So they're going to have a good bit of healing, and we just barely scrape by. Now we do get a choice to make. And I'm thinking strongly about Venomancer. Venomancer, Deathscythe, Poison Gooberts. Hell yeah, I'm going to be taking it. So we do have a couple of options right now. I really want to grab another one of these demonic flasks to craft up a strong demonic flask, which should be pretty darn good. I also want the ruby egg to be getting a nice dragon, which would be kind of awesome, but we might leave off the dragon for now. I think for this round, I think we sell our box for riches. We're going to be taking another toad for sure, because that is going to be 50 max life. We can't really afford to buy the dragon this round. We're going to sell you. We're going to add this in. And we're going to take our corrupted crystal. But I think we're going to move on with this for now. And we should be in a pretty decent spot to be inflicting a hell of a lot of poison. But we'll see. We just need to survive long enough to stack up that poison. And all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. And our opponent is looking quite scary, but we do proc our potion and smashing actually. Not too bad overall. And we could take a prismatic orb, but I will be leaving for now. I will roll. I definitely need some storage. That's for sure. Now we could literally go for double Deathscythe. Double Deathscythe is one way to be turbo inflicting a ton of poison. I'm going to sell you to roll one more time. I'm definitely going to grab another set of price, and we're going to be moving on. Definitely want to be crafting up as much strong demonic flasks as possible. But we'll see. Our opponent is rocking the heavy drinking skill with the cauldron, which means and we just basically one-shot with our potions, which is definitely kind of absurd. So we could take Power of the Moon, look for a moon armor to be inflicting even more debuffs, getting a ton of block, giving some mana. It seems pretty good. Otherwise, we can go for Mana Mastery and just have consistent mana for Magic Staff. Or potentially, Bagtacular is always a pretty darn decent pick, giving us a ton of value for our storage. So honestly, I'm finding it pretty difficult to choose between the three. Power of the Moon is very specific. Bagtacular is going to be more of a safe pick. Mana Mastery is just kind of a general pick. Not super crazy or anything like that. But I think I'm going to take Power of the Moon. Power of the Moon also gives us a bigger burst heal as well, since we have more max life. Now we're going to grab the storage. Again, we're not going to be taking a ruby egg. We're going to roll again. That's another corrupted crystal, which is definitely nuts. We could go for a dark saber, but I'm not going to. I'm going to roll one more time, and there's Serpent Staff. We just need to wait around to actually grab that, but we're going to be moving on. And we'll see. Now our opponent is rocking a couple of dragons, some poison dragons, but we have 300 max health. They're actually dealing quite a bit of damage, and we could be in a little bit of trouble. But we do answer back, and we barely survive. Holy moly. Way too close for comforts. So do we go for Serpent Staff, or do we craft up our dragon? For this round, we're going to be crafting up the Serpent Staff, which means we still can't get our dragon, which is not so great. We could take our deck of cards. Look for that ice dragon, which we're going to be taking. We do get the lovers, which does increase your healing efficiency. I'm not going to be taking it. I'm going to sell this to actually grab another fanny pack for now. And with that, I'm going to move on. Actually, before we do make a mistake, we definitely want that piggy bank, that's for sure. And we're going to keep going for now. But we'll see. We do inflict a good bit of debuffs, and our opponent is also going to be dealing quite a bit of damage with that Tusk Piercer and Guard Power. That's a lot of poison stacked up, and then we do big burst damage with our potions. And awesome! smashing even. Now, speaking of smashing, that's definitely another demonic flask. The problem is we can't get Rubber Dragon. But hey, the potions are definitely going to be worth it. We're going to move on. Now, we did put our piggy bank in over this position, which should be pretty good. But we'll see. With our Serpent Staff in, now we should be able to inflict a lot more poison overall. So this should be pretty decent. That's a hell of a lot of poison. We should be able to stack up a crazy amount of debuffs. And then once our potions do proc, they're going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. And smashing, actually. Pretty good overall. And now we could actually move our setup around, potentially. And see what we can get. That's a double Death Scythe. We got ourselves a Recombobulator. And we did get the unstable Recombobulator. And we're probably going to be recombobulating our Amulet of Wiles. And a Summicall. Is there anything else we can kind of recombobulate? Not exactly. Well, we could recombobulate our Piggy Pinata too, if we actually want to do. But we did want our Dragon, but the way our setup is right now, it will be pretty difficult to actually fit it in. So call me crazy. After all this time, I think we're actually going to leave the Dragon. Straight up absurd, we're going to be taking this bit of storage. We're also going to roll. And we're going to be grabbing this Poison Flask. And we're not going to be offering that up. I do want to roll again. We'll be grabbing even more storage for now. And I'm definitely going to be grabbing more Demonic Flasks, as much as possible. But hey, let's rock for now. Let's continue on. And we'll see what we can do. Going to begin this point. Now, they're going to be turbo-inflicting poison with all their potions. Which is going to be quite scary. Because we're going to be taking a lot of damage. But who's going to be able to turbo-inflict more poison? So far, looks like them. Both smashing. Not too bad. We do end up with a 48 DPS, which is not terribly insane. We do end up with 22 healing per second, which is kind of awesome, and then a 0 block. But hey, let's see if we can make this even more crazy. We're about to get a Recombobulate and see what sort of items we're going to get from this. We got ourselves a Blood Turn and a Burning Coal. A Blood Turn I'm not exactly too happy with. We're probably going to be getting rid of it. We're going to be grabbing this. And we're going to be grabbing the Potion Belts. Let's roll for now. Let's keep rolling. We're going to sell good old Blood Turn. We could take a Leather Armor. It's on sale. Let's take another set of blueberries. Let's roll for now. We're going to sell you, and we're going to be taking another Demonic Flask. Which is definitely going to be absurd. But hey, let's keep moving for now. And we'll see. Now, our opponent is rocking Dancing Dragon with a Snow Stick. They're going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on us, which is not so great. But they're also going to be inflicting their own Frost back at themselves. Which does add to the amount of debuffs we do stack up on our opponents. Which means we should be able to get a big burst with our potions and smashing. Big burst bomb. Kind of crazy. Definitely awesome for sure. But we'll see. Now that's a freaking Poison Flask. Also another Piggy Bank. We're going to be taking that Piggy Bank straight away. And do we actually want the Poison Flask? I think I'm going to leave for now. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. I really want this. Do we sell our deck of cards for it? We're going to sell the deck of cards. We're going to slot that in. We're going to be crafting up that Moon Armor. We're going to sell this roll one more time. And yeah, we're going to move on with this for now. So once we craft up our Moon Armor, we should be in a pretty darn good spot altogether. Our opponent does have Bloody Harvester, with a Blood Turn, with Burning Banner and Guard Power, which means they're going to be stacking up a crazy amount of buffs. But we'll see. We should be able to turbo inflict a bunch of debuffs, and proc our potions and one-shot opponents. So this is actually looking crazily fun for sure. We're basically dealing about 200 damage once those potions proc, which is kind of absurd for sure. Now we're going to be grabbing this bit of storage. We're going to be grabbing a set of blueberries. We're going to roll again. That's another freaking Mana Orb. We also really want to grab this Undead Amulet, which is another Amulet of Energy, which is absolutely insanely powerful for us. For sure. We still want our Mana Orb, but unfortunately going to rock on. Now we did move our Demonic Flask into here, so it will be much better for us. But we'll see. Our opponent is rocking a Serpent Staff with a lot of crit damage. We're also going to be cleansing some of those debuffs with a cart, which is going to be not so great for us. But we'll see. That Serpent Staff is dealing crazy damage. And we just one-shot him. Kind of awesome. We one-shot him, their Stone Armor procs, but we just destroy him before that happens. Which all in all is awesome. I'm going to grab that bit of storage. We're going to grab our Mana Orb. We will roll once. Which I actually think should we craft up a Doom Cap? I think we will craft up one Doom Cap. We'll roll for now. That's another Toad, which we could take for 50 max life. But should we actually? I'm crazy not to take it. I will take another set of blueberries though. I will roll for now. Let's keep going. Another mana orb, another piggy bank, but I think it's a little bit too late for this piggy bank. And if this doesn't smash this round, we're going to be in a little bit of a bad spot. But hey, let's keep it going. We'll see how this goes for now. Our opponent is rocking a Scalber, Gearwood Guardian, which they're going to be stacking up a lot of max life. We do have a card, so they're going to be cleansing some of our debuffs. But that's a lot of debuffs stacked up pretty darn quick. And so far, this should be smashed. Now the problem is, eventually, if we don't knock our opponent down below a certain amount of HP, we actually don't proc this. We don't get our big poison, our big buff explosion. But that's a lot of poison stacked up. We did proc one, and there we go. We even smash Excalibur, which is kind of awesome for sure. So at this point, our opponent did have 500 life, and by the time our potion's all procced, our opponent got turbo smashed for sure. But hey, we did lose one of our demonic flasks for our Doom Cap, which should be pretty decent. Now our piggy bank didn't explode, so we did get a little bit unlucky. It is what it is. So I'm going to grab this stamina sack for now. I'm going to be adding in our Doom Cap. We're going to be grabbing another set of blueberries to give us a ton of block. We're going to roll one more time. Let's roll one more time. Okay, I lied one more time. And should we keep your piggy bank for good luck, or should we sell it and try to roll and try to find something else? We sell it, we roll one more time. That's another Death Scythe, that's another Fly Garrick. But this is going to be a fun setup, and it turned out to be quite a fun setup. Death Scythe into getting a bunch of strong demonic flasks without being the cauldron was straight up nuts for sure. Piggy Pinata definitely being a lot of fun still. Not gonna lie. Serpent Staff, honestly, just a ton of fun. But we'll see. Is this going to be good enough? Can our Moon Armor carry us with our Snake? Our Serpent Staff. Now we're going to begin a crazy looking debuffer, which means they're going to be taking all our buffs with all these missing struggles. They're also going to be stunning us with a Turn Burst. Also going to be inflicting a ton of poison too. But we'll see. They're stacking up a lot of armor with their Corrupted Crystal. We could have kept them in our armor instead of crafting up these strong demonic flasks. But what's better than a big potion explosion? For sure. That's 100,000. That's 100 damage poison, 135, and smashing. But hey, this build turned out to be super fun. But anyways, let's go ahead and check how much rank points we actually managed to get. We did survive 4 lives left, making this build super fun, and we got plus 14. Rank us up quite a bit actually. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And what an outfit for our build.